What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action. Spawning in the left side of the map in the red color, playing as Oranos. His name is Sensuy. His opponent today, a surprise, almost dark horse of this tournament, becoming a dark horse after that performance in game number 2. His name is VNC, the people's hero, maybe. I don't know. He manages to somehow take a game off Sensuy. He played out. He played out of his mind to hold after all of that Sensuy multitasking aggression there. Absolutely crazy. We'll see if he can manage to make it work in this game as well, or if Sensuy is going to be locking it in and just will chalking that game up to some early game brain lag to some degree. We'll see how it's all going to go here. We've got the map Savannah here for game number 3. It's best of 3. It's the round 1 of this tournament. If you win in this tournament, in this round, you guarantee yourself a spot in the Challengers League. Challengers has got a prize pool of 500 USD, which is it's a significant amount of money for a not top tier tournament. So it's exciting to see that tier kind of outside the top 16, top 18 players competing for that kind of a prize pool. And it's a great training grounds, and I'm sure we're going to see their level grow and potentially some of those players start managing to take some games more consistently off those top players out there, which is definitely one of the reasons why we run the Challengers League. Anyways, we'll see how things are going to eventuate here in this game, as both players opening with a very similar build order, both shutting their economic guild down, both going to be moving on to a second hunt, most likely over there and over here, and both going to be attempting to hit a fairly fast. Well, we have something just a little bit different here, ladies and gentlemen. Don't ask me what it is, because I don't really know. But Sensuy here, he is going for one of those 4-minute build orders here. It seems he's jumping onto the goats over here. He's over on the hunt on this location here as well to boot. He's chucking the temple down. The temple is, I would say, very, very late here. In my opinion, this is not the most optimal of build orders, but Sensuy is making it work. He's going to be going up for a 305 here, and he is going to be attempting to replicate what happened in game number 1 for himself here with his 4-minute build order, and he is going to be putting the pressure on straight away. He sees the gold mine on the side of the map here. He sees the mana here. He sees the villagers finishing up. Unlike Tundra, this map here, Savannah, this build is much more potent for one really, really big reason: this hunt. Now, I can't tell you right now if Sensuy has actually spotted this or not, but if Sensuy knows that this is where the villagers are, which he very well might know as he's moving his oracles back home, he very well might know this is where the hunt is. He's going to be able to push off this hunt and get a huge advantage moving forward. We'll see if he knows. It looks like he does sort of know with the oracles moving around onto this position now. There is a relic over here, which is the Kopesh of Horus. This is a big relic in this matchup to deal with Promethean offspring. And Promethean in general, not just Promethean offspring. And then we've also got the Titan's Treasure here, which is another fairly big relic in this matchup, making the Titans Age quite a bit cheaper. As we see the Valor coming in, the Oracle is going to be coming over onto this position. Will we see a shockwave? No, we see an immediate garrison into the mana there. The Citizen going to be making an immediate break for it back home, and this basically pays for that fast advance time, with those Citizens having to walk all the way out here and all the way back, also taking out the mana there as well. Effectively pays for advancing this fast and allows Sensuy all the advantages moving forward. He's getting himself the Terma, he's getting himself the Mermilla. No surprises there. We've got the counter barracks, military barracks coming down for VNC here as well, as this mana here for VNC is going to be getting most likely taken out. So it's a solid advantage moving forward. But look at this play from VNC. He says, I know that you're sending everything into this location. I'm going to start putting pressure onto your food line and causing some counter damage here as the citizen getting taken down. Sensuy not paying attention to this at this point. He's going to be just trying to gather as much food as he possibly can as this mana comes up, and then garrison away there. Will he send some units over there? Yes, he will. The mana is up. Citizen taking some damage. Terma coming through. Mana has been dealt with as the army for Sensuy going to be moving back over onto this position here, trying to take down the Terma on the back there, as well as these villagers just trying to not care too much about the damage that this Promethean is doing. But look at this. This citizen is getting very, very low on the HP. A shockwave coming through on this position as this first citizen looks like it will be going down here as VNC yet again draws first blood in this matchup, and he's going to have a huge advantage already moving forward here. VNC is playing this series now after the first jitters of that first game here. He has decided to bring his all moving forward as the Murmillo over here will get sniped down. We see this Terma getting cleaned up. One Terma getting traded there for Sensuy as well. Population differential here. Sensuy does have a slight... No, I take it back after that kill. No advantage there. There's the Valor coming down as well. That's an advantage to have from just advancing earlier. As we see now, look at the citizen there moving back over onto this hunt yet again. That's a very high level decision making there as the Terma coming back over here, going to attempt to get some more damage done onto this position, not paying attention right there as we see a shockwave coming in, trying to get some more damage here as Sensuy trying to snipe these units off as they're moving through his army. Good picks here for Sensuy as the army retreats back. We got 0% in the Townsend here for VNC though, whereas Sensuy is going to be able to catch up on this citizen. Every single moment that's at 0% is a moment that Sensuy can catch up, and it looks like VNC, he is struggling here to kind of work this out at this point as slowly but surely that advantage that VNC managed to get is going to be disappearing here, ladies and gentlemen. But the villagers are back over onto this hunt, and the question that you have to ask here is going to be, will Sensuy be able to realize that there are villagers back over on this food situation or not? As a mana coming up for Sensuy, a counter barracks going to be coming up as well, as VNC going to be moving back over onto this position over here. Trying to work it all out. As this relic does look like Sensuy is going to be picking that one up. We'll see how that's going to go here. As the citizen, low HP citizen, very smart here from Sensuy. He's realizing that VNC is on the scout here. He is scouting it out. He's trying to work out, he knows that VNC is on search for those low HP citizen, so he's garrisoning them in advance here. But Sensuy doesn't manage to realize his villager over here, not right next to his mana, he's going to be attempting to retreat back. Does manage to keep his citizen alive for the time being, as VNC now going to be moving back onto this position with a handful of units. There is still that low HP citizen here. The Term are going to be making a move away from this position here. We'll see if Sensuy will notice that as some units retreating back over there as well. The village is just about to finish up on this Gazelle, but it's a very, very low food situation here, low hunt situation on this savannah. So both players are going to have to think about how they're going to get their farms out and what sort of a Oranos mirror they're going to be playing here. Do they get farms? Do they get town centers? Do they rush Mythic Age? Do they rush Heroic Age? What is their plan here in this game as the units pushing in onto this position here, trying to snipe down enemy Murmillo as best as they possibly can. Nice play there from VNC to make that push in, but the population advantage here for Sensuy is quite significant here as Sensuy's unit's going to come in, try and get some damage done onto those units. They'll snipe down one of those Terma as the rest of those units going to get out fairly unscathed. Sensuy still one citizen behind in terms of total citizen here. Oh, he's actually at 99%, so he should have had that there. He should have been able to have completely nullified that poor early game, or that single citizen loss that he had there in the early game, but he hasn't managed to get that mana down. Floating a lot of wood at this point here. He needs to start putting farms down, all the other good stuff. There's a whole bunch of herdables here in the main base for VNC. VNC's also, and Sensuy have also got these middle berries, which might be worth grabbing. But look at this nice play from Sensuy. Catches VNC, not paying attention yet again. Meanwhile, the Murmillo on this position going to be putting some pressure on as the village is going to have to retreat up and away, looking to just go into the mana for the time being there. But that's a huge amount of damage that Sensuy has managed to do onto VNC's army here, as those Murmillo are still searching around, looking for picks in this game. Savannah Tree going to be getting chopped back again, starting all of that that wood gather rate. Do we see those farms coming down? Yes, we do. As the villagers are going to start their farming situation. No plow just yet from Sensuy, as the units retreating back into the main base here. VNC getting himself that Valor, starting to push out across the map here. A couple more of these stray Murmillo getting sniped down. We actually see that VNC has already moved out into the middle of the map onto this large gold mine. He's left his home gold mine with about 600 gold left in it. A bit of a bold strategy. He does have the mana here to defend that gold mine, so it's not like it's a bad one. But leaving that gold in the main base does give him a slight lifeline just in case Sensuy manages to put some pressure there, as it looks like Sensuy has also done the same thing, moving on to a second gold mine over here. Did we see plow out just yet? Still no plow in classic Oranos fashion. Getting economic upgrades is cheating if you're an Oranos player, so yeah, we don't see that coming through here just yet. Meanwhile, we see the Murmillos getting sniped down, and Sensuy is going to be looking for some raids here. Losing a counter barracks, losing a house, losing all this stuff. Not the biggest of deals here if you can manage to get back and get some pressure on. We do have a couple of Cairo Ballista that have popped out for VNC, so that's a kind of a big deal here as well. But we'll see what the plan is now for Sensuy. He's lost his mana. He needs to rebuild that. We see VNC going for a second town center here, actually, as he hasn't had to throw down his farms just yet. Finally throwing his farm set, but he hasn't had to before now, so he's able to get that town center up just a little bit earlier to try and find an advantage. As we do see the Murmillo, they have spotted these villagers on this situation as the mana gets deleted. Had Sensuy been paying attention there, he probably could have sniped a villager or two. We see medium infantry coming through for Sensuy. Is his army going to be sitting back playing defensive over here? Still no town center up. Lots of gold in the bank here for Sensuy. He could possibly throw down both of those town centers. As we see the Terma coming through here, potentially we'll be able to snipe a citizen, as we see the shockwave onto the Terma here. The shockwave getting returned back on onto Sensuy here as well, as we'll see how he's going to go about this, deciding to retreat away as these Murmillo chasing down the citizen over on this location here as well. As now Sensuy, he's in a position that he was in last game, except not really behind, if you ask me. He's kind of behind it slightly on civilian units, but his raids are going to start really hurting VNC. As he's moving around, we see the town center getting closer and closer to being finished here. Will he be able to get over onto this one? We see an attempted ghost building, but not able to throw that one down just yet. 2,100 is the limit. The Murmillo get in, but they don't start targeting it as the town center gets up. We see a town center now coming up for Sensuy desperately on that position here, as the army going to be looking for some more raids over here. The units have to pull away, and we'll see those units pushing in to try and push off of this gold mine. This manor is still here. There's only 4 citizens, so they will be able to garrison in this, but there are 3 Promethean worth of DPS here with the 2 Promethean offspring, so we will be able to take out this mana very fast. The army is out of position for VNC, and I would love to see a 3rd town center getting dropped now for Sensuy in this position, but he's just got so many villagers on, or so much gold income, but he has decided to take villagers slightly off the gold here to kind of fix that up, as we see pickaxe now coming through for Sensuy, hand axe coming for VNC. Plow has come through as well. As look at this, the villagers getting caught out completely here now as the mana gets taken down, but the army coming through here for VNC. Does Sensuy take this fight here, or does he just retreat now after taking those villagers out? It looks like he's trying to chase the villagers down as best as he possibly can. He retreats back. Population differential slightly in favor of VNC. Villager differential slightly in favor of VNC. After all is said and done, Sensuy's score is in front here, but all the other stats say the game is in VNC's hands here for the taking. We'll see how things are going to be going. You do have to remember that part of the score advantage here in this game is the relics, or are the relics here that Sensuy has grabbed. as Sensuy now going to continue to look for raids, moving around the map. We do have to remember there is this gold mine left here for VNC. VNC's also got plenty of resources in the bank. It looks like he's going to be attempting to go to the heroic age after all is said and done. Units now pushing over here, trying to push it into this gold mine. Sensuy's got plenty of resources in the bank here. Farms coming up all over the place. Plenty of wood in the bank here for Sensuy to spam farms if he so chooses. As Sensuy pushes through here, looking for some more villagers to kill. There is a really low HP citizen here at 1 HP. Will Sensuy see it? It looks like he will. Snipes the citizen. That equalizes the villager differential here. This citizen going to be going down as well. Watchtowers comes through for VNC. VNC advances through Thea here. Now, still, even after all the citizen have been killed, Sensuy still doesn't have an advantage in the citizen count here at all. He hasn't started villager production out of his second town center as he's going to be moving around the map with the rest of these units. This is an incredibly close game here, ladies and gentlemen, as the raid's coming back over onto this position. Sensuy's got his rally point there to defend that one, so no real problems. He's got full control of the gold mines as well, and this is very, very difficult position now for VNC to be in. VNC's got a handful of gold in the bank. He's at 130 population, but Sensuy is going for 4 town centers and potentially simply just staying in the classical age and pumping onto the gold and getting a gold staff is going to be a win condition here for Sensuy to go for, and we'll see if he's going to be able to make that work against this heroic age army of VNC. VNC's got this oracle over here. He sees these gold mines over here. He can potentially sneak. He doesn't know this town center is coming up just yet. As a hero citizen going to be coming back over here, the Carabao, so we'll be able to deal with these units here. And Sensuy will move over there probably straight away. He's also going to be able to advance to the next age. I wonder if this is a rare situation where potentially Hyperion is a better option. We do see a wall getting thrown down here for VNC to try and control this position. Is the army going to be moving out across the map looking for some raids? Yet again, potentially going to be trying to stop this town center from coming up to boot, as the gold mine in the main base of VNC will now be expiring. And now we're in this weird position yet again where, look, units going to be pushing into each other. This army out of position here, looking to stop the town center from coming up. These villagers may have to retreat away, but there's a gold mine up here that can be grabbed. And spreading across the map is going to be a really, really big thing here for defending against these sorts of army pushes. They are just about to pop here for Sensuy. Plenty of resources in the bank. VNC's got all of the food he needs currently to go to the mythic age, as well as a whole bunch of villagers are going to be making their way over onto this gold mine. Plenty of upgrades for both players starting to come through here, as VNC's looking to put some pressure on. Sensuy still behind in the citizen count here in this game. Apparently citizen don't matter in this game, as we see the Hesperid's tree going to be coming down. VNC realizes no advantage to be had here, going to be pulling back home here at this point, as heavy infantry going to be coming through for Sensuy here, as the Carabalister will pull back at some point here, as we see. This is very, very scary now for kind of both players. So normally here, or not normally, but sometimes here, Oranos players will have a punch of favor here to pump out Stymphalian birds, and that can be a hard counter for an early Tartarian gate here, especially like a 2-town Tartarian gate. But Sensuy here is going to be putting so much pressure onto VNC to push off of this gold mine, but VNC smartly going to be taking the opportunity to just retreat off that gold mine. He sees the units coming in, no problem. Plenty of Dryads out right now for Sensuy to defend here as well. Those would probably be able to take down a Tartarian gate as well. And here's something I quite like here from Sensuy. Utilizing the Hesperid's tree on top of a temple prevents that temple from being Tartarian gated. So he has to, there's not a clear position that needs to be used for that location there. As VNC searching around here, we see Sensuy able to try and snipe down the Stymphalian bird there. How many farms in the main base here? We've got all of the farms, it seems, here for Sensuy in the main base. That Generally speaking, that's not what you want to do here with Oranos in the Oranos mirror, because one Tartarian gate stops all of your food income. Whereas if you spread them onto one town center over here, one town center over here, one town center over here, then you don't take that much damage. As we do see a nice raid now coming over onto this location, still trying to take down those citizens, putting a lot of pressure on. There's the Tartarian gate going down as the medium term are coming through here. Stymphalian birds, where are they? They're all pushing forward, all trying to push in onto the gold mine. The Stymphalian birds swarming this gold mine over here as well. Sensuy's got plenty of gold in the bank here to buy food, to continue this pressure here as well. VNC is at 103 of 130 population here. And Sensuy looks like he's got a commanding position in this game, even with the Tartarian gate in his main base. Citizen getting taken down, though, in the main base as well. Sensuy not paying attention over there. Both players going to be losing a lot of citizens. Sensuy has climbed up to 20 citizen, though, here. And he's got a huge advantage out of kind of nowhere as these citizens falling down on this position over here. Surely you just train a Stymphalian bird or something and send it onto the Tartarian gate, though, as the army comes through swarming onto this position, trying to take out Sensuy's army. But Sensuy's got plenty of units here. He could easily turn around and start fighting this, especially with those Stymphalian birds. But for some reason, he's moving around here. He's checking out this gold mine, it looks like, trying to make sure that there's no gold getting gathered here for VNC. VNC with 8 citizens left in the bank. The hometown center of Sensuy will be falling here at this point, and still no effort into trying to take that down just yet for Sensuy. He's also going to be losing this temple. Sensuy doesn't care about the main base here. This could be a mistake here for Sensuy, given an opportunity for VNC to make some sort of a comeback. For VNC, he's got nothing left on the map. We still see this Dryad defending this gold mine. There's more citizen trying to get sent in onto this position, and in that moment, VNC tapped out, and Sensuy somehow manages to survive here in this series. An incredibly close series here. Sensuy barely surviving, barely managing to secure his spot in Challengers League. An incredibly entertaining series here. Sensuy dominating game number 1, and VNC saying, nope, I am going to compose myself, and he comes in game 2 with some incredible villager sniping abilities. Sensuy adapts a little bit for game number 3, manages to fight his way into a game that he knows how to play here, and he manages to take this win. Congratulations to Sensuy. Unfortunate for VNC. If you guys enjoyed this one, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.